Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy MK in the building. It's been a minute since I've recorded anything for you guys. Actually, it's been like forever. So today I just woke up and I decided, hey, you know what? It's Sunday today. Uh, let's try and release a video for everybody. Probably we can catch some peeps this coming week, right? So before I start with the market breakdown or analysis, I just want to talk about trading in general. I just wanna, talk about the fact that a lot of people have been trading using traditional methods of trading. But funny enough, you when you check out the stats, you will see that 90% or more of traders are not making money, right? So automatically that tells me that there is a problem somewhere. So it tells me that the traditional way of thinking or trading does not work. You have to sort of like think outside of the box, think outside of the box, try and do something differently, have your own unique way of trading. Don't just watch videos on YouTube that people are saying, oh, do this, do that, do that. My advice to you is find your own trading method, something that will work out for you, have variety, So let's get into okay, before we get into that, right? The market, guys, as you can see here, over here on the right, we have pricing, right? So when we have pricing, this tells me that the market is basically transactions, right? So in every transaction, what do you need? You need this. You need this guy right here. You need a buyer, right? You need a buyer. You cannot have a transaction if there is no buyer, right? You also need a seller. I mean, if somebody is going to be buying, who's selling, right? So these are the two participants that have to be present whenever a transaction happen, right? So in most cases, this is what the market does, right? Whenever the market wants to sell, right? It's like, okay, let me induct buyers into the market so that I can sell to them, right? I don't know if you get what I'm saying, right? Whenever the market wants to buy, it has to induct sellers into the market, right? So that when they are selling, the market is buying from them, right? And then when the market is selling, it is selling to the people that are buying, right? Do you get that drift, guys? That's one thing that you always have to keep in mind with the market. Buyers and sellers. That's why you see these numbers on the right, transactions, the prices, it's all transactions, right? So let's keep that in mind. I'm gonna go ahead with the analysis. So one of my unique ways that one of the unique things that I do when I analyze is that I always start off from the highest time frame, which is the monthly, because I believe that you have to know where we are on the monthly before we can even start taking trades on the lower time frame, right? So what do we see on the monthly time frame? Well, I see something that I've learned from the beginning: support and resistance, right? I see that whenever the price was going up, it got some sort of a resistance over here. For mind you, we are on the monthly time frame, 1, 2, 3 months. The price was consolidating. We didn't have any clear up or down movement. It was just consolidating. But obviously, on the smaller time frame, these were big movements. These were big movements. I mean, this is Nasdaq, and mind you, we are on the daily time frame. So from that swing high to this swing low, we can see that was like a 12.8%. Uh, ticks were 178,414 ticks. So that is a huge movement, right? That's how volatile Nasdaq is. That's why I love Nasdaq. Everybody wants to trade Nasdaq, Nasdaq, Nasdaq. But anyway, guys, let me stop with the fooling around. So now, as you can see that after creating that resistance, January this year, the price came back into that area. We got a rejection, right? Feb, same thing happened. We tapped into that area again, rejection. Third month, again, rejection, right? So if you can think about what I said earlier on when I started talking about transactions, about buyers and sellers, um, you can see that the price went all the way to here, which was the highest point, and then it went to that low, right? So now let's think about, okay, let me just remove that, put it like this. We went from there to there, and then from there to, yeah, to heaven. So now, after creating this resistance on the first month, second month, I can bet you that there is a lot of traders that were selling this market over here. They were selling it, and then the market was like, okay, we have enough sellers to them. People are selling, so let me buy from them. They are selling, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy it, right? And then that's exactly what happened, right? Let me give you another example. January this year, when the price tapped into this area, right? We got a rejection. Second month, again rejection, again rejection. So by this point, right, when the price comes back to here, people are like, yeah, 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 this is a strong support area. When they look to the left, I know a lot of traders like doing that. They look to the left, like, oh, okay, previous resistance now turned support. Let's go ahead and buy. At that time, the market is like, we have enough buyers now. So what happened? Boom, right? That's exactly what happened. So that's why I always tell you that keep an open mind. You must be aware that technically in trading, we have buyers and sellers, it's transactions, so that for a transaction to happen, we have to have both parties involved. So okay, let's start with the analysis now. Currently, we are back in that same area, right? Last month closed bullish, we're pushing up, right? And then currently we are just before. I mean, today is the 21st of August, so it's in a couple of days. We are gonna be having the end of the month. This candle is gonna be closing in a couple of days. So now, if you can check in most cases, well, not in most, in all cases, rejection candles start off from the low. They start off by, okay, let's take a look at this candle. The price started selling all the way there to there, right? But before the month ended, the price rejected and it went all the way back up, right? Same thing with this one. It went down, but before the month could end, it went back up. It closed over there. Same thing here, down and then go back up, down, go back up. So now, because we are from below, we are in this area as a resistance. We have been going up, right? And now what's happening? This candle is starting to go down. So it tells me that, okay, maybe the price was inducting buyers into the market. So now we could be having that sell in the market, right? Right. It's just a possibility. I'm not saying the market is going down, guys. We still have to, go down to this lower time frame, check this and that and all that, right? So now let's jump down to the weekly. Let's just keep that in mind that, okay, we are starting to see some rejections. So now on the weekly, you can see that last week we closed bearish, right? We closed bearish last week. Okay, and then we sort of can see that support and resistance zone from the monthly time frame. We can see that price is trading in that zone. You can see here we came in, quickly rejected, tapped, rejected. Now we are in the zone again, probably maybe inducting buyers so that the market can sell. We have to wait and see. All right. So now, with that in mind, now let's jump down again to the daily time frame. The daily time frame is one of my favorite time frames to trade Nasdaq off. Simply because now here we start to see things like trends, patterns, and all of those good stuff, all of the good stuff. So now let's take a look at what happened over here, right? So we can see that the price had broken this uptrend, right? Let me just extend this line a bit for you, the trend line, right? Let me zoom into the price. So you can see that when we were going up here, the first day we had a rejection, right? So probably sellers were inducted into the market saying, oh, okay, we are rejecting from the trend line. We are going down, right? Look what happened the following day. Boom, the price went up, right? And from there, we seem to be coming back down, right? So now I can tell you from what I can see now, it's either the market is inducting sellers so that it can go up. That is the first scenario, right? Or secondly, remember what we saw on the monthly time frame, we are reversing after inducting all of these buyers that were buying after this, break of a trend line and all that. So possibly we have enough buyers now, hence the market is selling. And mind you, this was previous resistance. So we broke a trend line, we broke resistance. People were like, okay, the market is going up, market is going up. And then look at what's happening right now, right? So now, for us to confirm that, okay, we are indeed in a seller's market, we have to look at trends and patterns and all of that good stuff. So now let's jump down to the 4 hour time frame. All right. So on the 4 hour time frame, you can see that the market love to create this sort of patterns and all of that. If I can just give you two examples right here, right now, of patterns that the market had created for us. You see that, okay, right? So the market had basically this pattern where we were creating higher highs. You see right there, and these were lower lows, but you can see that the buyers were much a bit more in control over the sellers because they are able to push price further, right, and higher on when it comes to the higher highs and higher lows. So what happened was you can see the price broke out of that pattern and then came back to retest that pattern, and then we had an impulsive or a power move going up, right? Can you see that? You just go back to the daily and see if that's visible from the daily. Yeah, it actually is. So you see, this was the pattern that we had over there, and then we broke out of that pattern and then we went up. So right now we are, from what I can see, we seem to be creating another pattern right here, right? This is the pattern that the price is creating for us right now. Come back down to the 4 hour to take a look at how that looks like. Yeah, exactly. Boom. All right. So remember what the price did here up here. We broke out of the trend line. We broke out of resistance to convince people that, oh, okay, you know what, we are actually buying. And then look at what the price did over here. So whenever the price breaks resistance or a trend line, I am always aware that there is a possibility that the price could go back up. So for me, this pattern right here is the one that's gonna tell me if the price is going up or down. So from here, it's either, okay, you can see we have the price testing this trend line once, twice, and now possibly we're on the third one, right? So if the market wants to go up, I feel personally feel that this is the area where, I mean, okay, let me not say this is the area. We have that possibility that it can go up from there, right? Secondly, if we do not have enough sellers that are in the market that are inducted to sell, the price can still come back down, maybe test of that low and then go up, right? Depending on the direction of the market, right? So, like I said, I like taking trades or my analysis based on what happened on the higher time frame, right? So on the higher time frame, remember what we've seen? We have seen the price starting to reject that area. So we actually have a possibility of the price dropping down further. So the best thing to do right now is to wait for the price to break out of that structure, give us maybe some sort of a correction, and then from a correction, we simply take our shots, right? Okay, let me show you how a correction looks like. Okay, over here you can see that we had a clear movement going down, right? But right here, okay, let me just do that again. Clear downwards movement, right? This is a correction. Price was just going sideways. There was no clear up or down direction like we had here. And then what you do is, after when this is done, you anticipate the market doing a similar move to what it did in the first place, which was this, right? We also had another correction over here, right? Sideways, right? Remember, these are always going sideways, right? Sideways. The direction of the market, straight line, it goes to the direction, right? What happens after the correction is done or exhaustion? Same thing. We see sellers continue being dominant in the market, right? So a similar thing is going to happen over here if we indeed have that downtrend. We are going to see price pushing down with huge momentum, right? Something like that. And then we are going to see some corrections. So, what do we expect when the correction is done? We are going to take a trade going to the direction of the market. As simply as that. So, my targets are going to be around the lows over there. So, yeah, man, I mean, the video was a bit long, but it's basically because I was trying to explain how I personally look at the market. So one more time, this is what I'm expecting from the market from a bullish perspective. I should be expecting the price to push up there. Sellers push up from there, right? Though that's basically how I'm seeing the market. So you know, with the market can give you a setup and then invalidates it, gives you a new setup on top of that. So you just have to constantly adjust with the market, you know. But for now, yeah, this is how we are looking. Let me go to the smaller time frame and actually see if we have any tradable opportunities. Let me go to the 30 minutes. Okay, so on the 30 minutes, right, I see the same thing that I've been showing you. Look at this. We had this movement coming down, right? And then we had a correction over here, right? We had a correction over here, right? And then now what's happening? Another movement going down, right? So should the market continue going down, break this area, we are most likely gonna continue going lower, right? So that's what I see on the 30 minutes time frame. Let me just zoom in a bit there. Okay, you see that power movement over there. And then over here, we are having some corrections right here, right? It's the same thing, guys. Power movements like that, corrections, right? Power movement. So should we get that break, we are simply looking to sell the market. Should the market reverse over here, then we start looking at buying opportunities, right? So that's it for this week's video. That was a bit long, I know, but yeah, I was just trying to help out a lot of traders now. So if you like what you see, please hit that like button, you know, to help me grow my YouTube channel. Maybe subscribe to the channel as well, man. There is a link in the description, right? It's a link to my free Telegram group. I always send analysis there, give updates whenever the market changes direction and all of that. So click that link. I'll see you on the Telegram group. Peace out, guys. I'm out of here.